Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Florida, what's up, my friend? Yo, sorry I'm a little bit late, guys. Apologies.
Just resubscribed for 6 months. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, it's so early. Is it? Yeah, I'm moving slow this morning. I had a terrible headache yesterday and it really crushed me. It's better today. It was rough though. I'm sorry for the start screen being up there, guys. It is for me. Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. Yeah. Man, I had a little bit of a headache, so it's just got me moving slow today, but I'm okay. Florida, thank you so much, my friend. That's incredible. Guys, I'm really sorry that the starting soon screen was up there for a second after the montage ended. I apologize. I try my best to make sure that doesn't happen, but today's one of those days, dude. I'm on the struggle bus, man. Trying to water my lawn when people are supposed to. It's not always an easy thing. I've been there, dude. Yeah, I've been there. It's good to see you, Florida. Yo. Everybody, happy Saturday, man. And Florida, thank you so much, man, for the 6-month resubby. Incredible, my friend. And shout out yesterday to, dude, I need to do a few shout outs here because, yeah, yesterday was brutal. I started out with a small headache, dude, and it got really bad towards the end of the day. I only did like a 7-hour stream. It got way into my eyes, and it was just really terrible, and I'm still just kind of a little bit lethargic from it, you know what I mean? But we're gonna have a great day. Florida with the 6-monthy today, dude. The 6-month resub. Psych with the 29 months yesterday. We had True with the 13-month a few days ago. Ferret and Pinky with the 16th and 26th month respectively. Right before that, dude. It's incredible, man. The amount of support around here. I really appreciate it, guys. And we're gonna have a banger of a day, dude. Yeah, it'll probably only be around a 7.5 hour stream again today. I've got some stuff going on this afternoon, so family stuff. So we won't get like an 8 or 9er in there, but it'll be close. It'll be close. So be prepared for that. Also, I've got it in the title, but the stream will be down probably like the starting the 13th through about, I'm saying like the 19th, okay? Time with the fam, good. For the holiday, yeah, it was good. How about you? How's life, man? Thanks for asking. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was nice. It was relaxing. We've got a vacation coming up though. That's why time is well, that's why the stream's going to be down. So we've actually got a legit vacation for myself and the wife, and we're going to take the kids, and we're gonna go on vacation, like legit vacation, just us. You know what I mean? Just to go do something, spend some time together, relax, and we're going to take close to a week and just go hang out and stuff. You know? No. So last weekend we had a couple of days off for the Easter holiday. We just did a couple of days off for the Easter holiday to spend with extended family. This coming time off is more extended time off. It's like the 13th through the 18th. That'll be time off that I'm spending with just my immediate family, my wife and my kids. We're going to take a little bit of a trip. We're going to have some time off and just do our thing, you know? Yeah. So that's what's happening coming up. So that's in the title, man. Just know that that's coming, and be prepared for the fact the stream will be down for close to a week during that time. It's a weird thing for me. Again, I love doing what I do. I love being here with you guys, but my family's important, and they come first, and we need to have a little bit of time. It's been a while since we had a vacation, so it's going to be good, and I'm excited about it. But on that note, man, we've got video gaming news for this morning. April 6th. We're about to dive into that, and then it'll be day 12 of Dragon's Dogma 2. We finally unlocked the, well, not unlocked, but we finished the Archer vocation, and we are starting the Magic Archer vocation, which is really cool. So we're going to be kicking that off today as soon as we finish the news. Of course, we can't get there till we do the news, so let's do what we do, baby. Let's get in here and find out what's going on in the world of video games. Let's go. Florida, thanks again, my friend. Incredible 6 months. Good luck watering the lawn. I hope it goes well, you know. Where I lived before we lived here, it was so humid and so hot all the time that unless you had a sprinkler system, there wasn't any point. Seriously. Yo, 8-Row, what's up, baby? It was so humid and so hot all the time that grass just basically wouldn't stay alive. Most grass. So it was, you know, unless you had a lot of shade in your yard, it was not, unless most of your yard was covered by shade trees and stuff, it wasn't even worth trying, you know. And unless you had like an in-ground sprinkler system or something. It was crazy. What up, Pinky? Nice 8-Row. Get those rando motes in there. Oh, good one. Got that cap, boy. Get cap or get pog bones, dude. Get a free sub. Let's go. Nice, Florida. That's a good one, too. Pinky, what it do, bro? 8-Row, what up? Been dormant, not bouncing back. Yeah. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Ours wouldn't even really mostly. I mean, like, my backyard was pretty shaded. And, well, part of my backyard and part of my front yard. So the shaded areas were solid. They were okay. But the areas that weren't very shaded, dude, it was so hard to keep the grass alive. Because I didn't have an in-ground sprinkler system, you know. Playing some DD2. Some leveling. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll update your pawn today, dude. I'll update your pawn. My pawn is updated, but also level 1 warrior right now. So, not going to be a lot of help, probably. Has some pretty good perks, though. Pretty good augmenting skills, because we've maxed out. I'm sure that you're way over where I'm at now, though. Yeah, that explained things. Yeah. So at the end of the day yesterday, I moved out of Archer into Magic Archer, and Antics moved out of Soldier into Warrior, but there's no leveling at all yet. I had a terrible headache, dude, and I just had to call it at that point. So, yeah. There's very, very, very little leveling in that class. She's got good augment skills and stuff, but that's about it right now. Yeah, I know that there was I don't have that one unlocked yet. I've got to unlock that one. I don't have that one unlocked, so. I knew that there was one of those because I've already seen a lot of the equipment for it and stuff, but yeah, it's good to finish Trickster. I'm so glad that I found that so quick in the playthrough, man. Trickster, just for the augment skills. I hate the class. I hate the Trickster class, dude. It was such a pain in the ass to use that class. I was not a fan. But the augment skill, there's some really, really useful augment skills, right? And so it was nice to find it real early. And to just be able to use those augment skills moving forward as through the playthrough, I think is really, really nice. Funny enough. Yeah, nice, dude. I think the funny thing is, I don't think there's probably an amount of people that didn't find it early because they felt like they were probably potentially gate kept, literally, from getting into the Batal area, you know, unless they found a way to go around or whatever. Oh, that's gnarly, dude. Wild. Yep. You're still quite a ways ahead of where I'm at. I'm still not even up to my current, your current nose level. I'm not even there yet, so you know, missing out on playtime this weekend and stuff. I know you've been even taking time off to play Lethal though, so 50k gold with one hit? Jesus. That's kind of wild. Jesus. Crazy, dude. Well, that's something to look forward to, I guess. It still won't make the trickster feel a whole lot better to me, I guess. Probably. I feel like you make a decent amount of gold really just playing the game. Just being out and exploring, killing stuff, things like that. But that's an easy way to grind. No doubt about it. That's an easy way to grind, dude. That's cool. Oh, there we go. There we go. 8-row already went in the Gamba. Let's see what we can find for the news this morning, man. What is this song? I like this. That feels good. I knew it was gonna happen, bro. I knew it was gonna happen, dog. Oh, it's just destiny, dude. It's flipping crazy. You guys are wild, bro. Oh, man. I smelled the World of Dragon's Dogma 2 and it was putrid. Yeah, I don't imagine the World of Dragon's Dogma 2 to be a place that smells fantastic, you know? For sure. We've talked about the GameSense device. I would just get hacked all the time and people just make it smell like farts all the time, so there's no point in me having one. There's just no point. I'll take those balls too, though. I love balls. That's right. That's right. Yo, the Power World update hit, by the way. 2.3 gigs, dude. 2.3 gigs. I saw it this morning. I was like, Jesus. That's a chunk of change. I'm really excited about getting back into some Power World, you know. I'm so glad that they're really, like, baking the game in, dude. It sounds like they're doing a lot of things, and a lot of things that I had noted. Even though the game was a banger, there were a lot of things that I noted that were like, dude, these are some of the things I want to see. And in the patch notes, they've touched on a lot of that stuff, which is great for me personally. It's like a lot of things that I'd annotated about things I would like to see in the game. They're doing those things. And I think a lot of it's probably player feedback, you know, which is awesome. Yeah, yo, this Roku stuff got put into Discord by Ferret the other day, which is disgusting. Check this out. This is what Ferret put in. So we'll take a look at this. So it's not just games, it's everything on a Roku TV. I was like, well, I don't own one, but I never will now. You know, let's pull this. Let's talk about this crap. I mean, you know, here's the thing. If, you know, Roku's doing it, who's next, right? I mean, this is the play, correct? They're cooking, and so far they're all good cooks. Right, yeah. Oh, dude. Wait, what did I put a hilarious video in the food channel last night. This girl chowing down on some, like, authentic tamales. And, dude, I love tamales. I totally understand her vibe. You should really watch this video. And the food channel, dog. It's so funny, but it's much better with sound. You'll probably have to You'll probably have to actually access the Imager link for the sound. It's really good. It's so funny, dude. Speaking of cooking, tamales, Jesus. Authentic tamales are just something different, dude. I am not excited about, really, and as much as I respect Kojima, I'm not excited about, you know, I think Death Stranding 2 is probably going to be alright, but beyond that, I'm not really excited about Kojima stuff. I'm not excited about Remedy stuff after playing Alan Wake 2. You know, like, it's not for me, dude. If other people, you know, are that excited about having a movie that you are able to interact with, cool. It's not for me. This is not what I want in my world of video games. This is not what appeals to me. I'm not going to knock other people for enjoying it, but it's not necessarily what I want my world of video games to be about, and it's weirding me out a little bit. Yeah, we'll see about Silksong. We've talked about that. Okay, look, man, we got to talk about this too. So if you haven't heard, we're not able to watch party the Fallout stuff anymore. Let's just go ahead and address the stupid Amazon elephant in the room. All right, I don't care if they own this platform. Amazon's dumb. They're ruining Twitch. It feels terrible. So we were planning on watch partying the Fallout series coming to Prime together, right? Which is right here, starting on the 11th. So right before I go on vacation, this was supposed to be happening. And all of a sudden, yesterday, I noticed that my watch party button to initiate watch parties with you guys on stream in the community here was gone. And I was wondering what was happening. I started looking into things. On the 3rd of April, they removed the capability for us to have watch parties together on Twitch. So we are no longer able to do this. That sucks. Amazon's reply to why they did this was there weren't enough people engaging in it. It's a crock of crap. It doesn't matter. It was already implemented. It wasn't like there was anything they really needed to do. I mean, it was something. So they've been firing. They fired like 2/3 of the employees at Twitch over the past year and a half. And now they're like, well, we couldn't devote the resources to, you know, something like maintaining the ability to have watch parties when we didn't feel like enough people were using it. Get wrecked, dude. You know, you couldn't potentially afford the resources because you guys are firing everybody. And the thing that's weird about it is watch parties, it's been an incorporation for Twitch for like since like 2020. I mean, what's the management side of it? I don't understand. You know what I mean? It's already linked up to your Prime platform and everything. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of some maintenance on the side, but really, I don't know. It's just, it feels bad, dude. It sucks, and it's just another example of how bad Amazon is managing the Twitch corporation, in my opinion, since they bought it out. Sucks. You know, they spent tons of money, stupid amounts of money actually, on contracts for these big name content creators that hasn't paid off for them. And what do? Fire employees, and all the other content creators pay the price because they start taking away our access to, you know, the incorporations, the mechanics and stuff that we've had to interact with our communities. Dude, it's trash. It sucks. But what up, Soup? What's up, man? So the watch party's not happening, man. It sucks. I'm pissed if you couldn't tell. So it's gone. So we'll just go ahead and fix this right now. And that's how that'll go. Babysitting career's coming to an end for a while. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. And look, I'm not gonna knock like those content creators that have gotten those contracts and stuff. I'm more power to them. You know what I mean? It still doesn't change the fact it was a stupid business decision on many fronts from Amazon to do that kind of stuff. Starting to hate stun locking, and dude, me too. I flippin' hate it, dog. It feels terrible. Right. Yeah. The the thing that I was malding out yesterday. I had a terrible flipping headache, dude. And I was fighting a dragon. I was the archer, which didn't make it any better. You know, I was playing archer. Dude, the dragon fights, whenever they're down to like 2 bars of health left, get really stupid because the dragons just start spamming magic spells, and they're pretty intense, and they're really quick. They get a lot quicker, right? Well, it's not hard for you to dodge it as a player necessarily, right? But all of the pawns are just stupid. Like the dragon will fly up, the pawns just like hang out underneath it. You know, it's like they just hang out underneath it, and it just like crushes them. And then it's like, okay, let's go revive them. And if you get them revived, then you like cast spells. It's like right on time. And they just hang out on them, you know? It's like they don't try to dodge anything. That's another thing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, they could have done a little bit better, you know? It was a much more manageable situation with different vocations and stuff. Like whenever I was, I think I took out a dragon when I was a thief, and that was really easy. But the archer didn't feel great, and I think your team comp plays a huge difference. But yesterday felt rough, really, really rough. And even the other times that I've fought a dragon, the AI for the pawns just felt really stupid. It's like they don't try to get away from the attacks at all or anything. They just sit there and try to face tank all of it. You know, the magic attacks, the physical attacks, any of it. They just try to face tank all of it. And it's like, God dang, bro. I feel like all I'm doing is running around, healing, and rezzing everybody. You know, it's like, come on, man. It's crazy. But yeah, the personal like stun locking and stuff feels gross sometimes. It really does. Especially when like you're out of stamina. Bro, it is really mauling. I am so over the sliding in that flipping game too. Jesus Christ. The sliding in the game is driving me crazy, dog. It's like there are so many occasions where it doesn't even look like it's very much of an incline at all, or a decline, whichever way you're going, and you just start sliding all over the place, and you just can't stop or anything. It's like, I'm like totally over that part of the environment traversal. It is just driving me nuts. There's, you know, most of the things in the game feel very good, but there are a few things that feel like they need a little bit of adjustment, dude. It's a little bit weird. I understand like the whole, you don't want the AI to be too good. I get that. You don't want the pawn AI to be too good to where you don't have to do anything. But Jesus Christ, man. When at the end of a dragon fight gets to where all you're doing is rezzing all the time, it's like, man, could they please at least just, you know, if they see an attack coming, try to get away from it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, God dang. I'm so upset about not getting to watch Fallout with you guys. Yeah, we've seen this. We've talked about that. Apparently, there was a Batman game based on Why are you so mean? Soup. Why are you so rude? You're about to fill me. Choosing violence this early. You don't even know that. You don't even know if it's bad or not. It hasn't even come out. This is Soup does this all the time. You'd be like, "Oh, this game's so good." It's like 3 months from release. You'll be like, "Oh my god, this game's a banger." It hasn't even come out. It's still got like 4 months till release. It's like, bro, you don't know that. Fallout's boring. You haven't even seen it. It's not even out yet. The budget? No. The gameplay will tell you if it's good once it releases. The budget will not. There are too many occasions where a budget has been substantial on, many games that have come out, and the game has been absolute balls. Suicide Squad. Most recent example. Budget is not an indicator of how good a game's going to be. It absolutely is not. Absolutely is not. So many indie games out there that have had minimal budgets that are killers, dude. That are killers. That are phenomenal games. And so many AAA games with just outstandingly stupid, inflated budgets that are trash bags. No, I will not. Rockstar is also trash. They should call it Rock Trash. Or Trash Star. Weirdly enough, we did look into this. If you guys didn't know, there was a Batman game in development that was based on Christopher Nolan's Batman series, and this is what was going to initially incorporate the Nemesis system, but apparently it didn't. Obviously it didn't end up getting finished. They canceled it, and then the Nemesis system got used in the Shadow of Mordor. But we watched videos, and the Batman game looked pretty dope, dude. Soup's really tugging on my flipping rant strings this morning, dude. Oh, bro. Baldur's Gate 3 dev Larian publishing director calls games industry layoffs an avoidable flip up. Agreed. All that tells me, if you calling me the next Suicide Squad, all that tells me, Soup, is that no matter how dumpster fire my content would be, you would still buy into it. Bro, that's hilarious. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I've talked about this. I think that the layoffs have been avoidable. It's been a bunch of bad business decisions, and I want to see what Larian's talking about here. We saw this yesterday. This is a game, Crush House. This looks hilarious, actually. Crush House looks really funny. It's based off of like trash TV, which I hate, but it's a Devolver game, and it's got some kind of like ominous stuff happening in the background of what's going on in the game. It looks really, really weird. Which is why Devolver is publishing it. Devolver always publishes games that have some kind of weird, quirky, ominous, dark stuff to them, you know, anything in between that. And I love Devolver's like my favorite publisher, dude. I love their stuff on the constant. And so this could be a wild thing. I'm not about like the trash reality TV show bullcrap. I hate that kind of TV content. But this game looks like it could be kind of funny. Yo, if it isn't the most pre-ordered game on PlayStation right now, Xbox's proprietary first-party title, Sea of Thieves. Flipping Soup. Soup's angry today, dude. It's not my fault you had to babysit the past 3 days, okay? This is not my fault. Why are you so angry, dude? Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. No way, bro. Yo, shut up. I love this, dude. Check this out. CD Projekt Red executive pokes fun at Ubisoft's quadruple A game, Skull and Bones, says the studio will now make, what is this, quintuple A games? I love it, dog. Yo, CD Projekt Red has done some things here lately that is really putting them in my good graces again, dude. I've got to say. That's flipping. I was doing the same thing. I was making fun of Ubisoft with this, you know. I was going to show them GTA. How old are these kids that you're babysitting, dude? You can't be showing 6-year-olds GTA, dude. No. No. No, bro. Be better. Be better. There is some terrible stuff that is very, very mature in GTA that kids should not see, dude. There's a reason why it's rated what it's rated. Apple lifts App Store ban on game emulators. Yeah. Probably because what they're doing is they're going to make an adapter for the phone that costs $2,000 that you'll have to buy before you can actually install any of the emulators. Bro, this is Apple. This is Apple. Let's go. Yo, I put something in chat last night. Check it out. This is what I put in chat last night, specifically tagging Soup in it too. Yeah. No. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, here you go. Check this out. Aw, come on, man. Here, I'll just pull it up here. So this is what I put in there and tagged Soup in last night. Somebody posted this on Imager. The comment was, make sure Apple doesn't discover this. They're talking about the fact that somebody figured out that instead of just letting the device hang, you know what I mean? If there wasn't a surface close enough, you could just put the charger through the hole in the wrist, you know, part of the watch. Make sure Apple doesn't discover this. They may remove the hole from the watch and require you to buy another device to do the same thing. It's so true, though, dude. Look, there's a reason why there's so many memes like this, dog. It's because it's true. Apple is notorious for doing this kind of crap. That's not false. That's not false. There's a reason why people meme about this, dude. You know? Apple's disgusting, bro. Oh, man. Wait for the iPhone 16? Yep. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, man. Can't wait to see if it actually has fast charging, dude. Yo, Xbox reportedly planning a Gears and Call of Duty reveal at its summer event. The speculation and the kind of water cooler talk is already happening about what we're going to see around 2 months from now. So it's April 6th. June 7th through 9th really is when you can expect a lot of these summer showcases to happen. So we're like just 2 months away. Summer Games Fest, all the big showcases. PlayStations will probably be right at the end of May, but then right in towards the beginning of June, we get all the big showcases and announcements from all the big developers and publishers and stuff, and so it's already happening. We're already getting a bunch of news about what we can expect to see. Switch fans want everyone not to miss out on 10 out of 10 exclusive. This game is perfect. 10 out of 10. I hate that so much. I know it's a way to express maybe how good something is with, you know, but that's literally what 10 out of 10 means. It means something's perfect, and there's no way it is. There's no way. If it's Mario, it's hot garbage. Speaking of Mario, dude, we talked the BAFTA awarded. We talked about it yesterday. They had like an entire breakdown of awarding like the most iconic video game characters through video gaming history, and it was the weirdest list. Number one was Lara Croft. No. Sorry. There's no flipping way. There's no way Lara Croft is the most iconic video gaming character in video gaming history. And also, the weird thing was that, like, in the top 20 were, dude, I'm, like, the Agent 47 from Hitman was, like, above Sonic and Pikachu. What? And there was, what else? There were like 2 characters from Baldur's Gate 3 in the top 20. That game's just been out for a year. Like right now, a year. Full release. I know it was early access on PC for a while, but you know, what? BAFTA needs to get their crap. It was the weirdest. I think it was like a public vote thing, but dude, I don't know. It was weird. It was really, really weird. And that was my whole thing. Like, initially, whenever I saw the reports yesterday, before we even dove in, I was like, how is Lara Croft? And while, obviously, Lara Croft is iconic, and for different reasons, and it has been a huge, you know, Lara Croft was like the first real huge female lead role in video games. That's who many people think about, a female lead role protagonist and stuff, right? I honestly think of Samus before I think of Lara Croft, but that's just a personal thing for me. But above Mario, above Sonic, you know, so many other iconic characters and stuff in video games, I don't see Lara Croft being up there. It was kind of weird. It was an odd list that we looked at. Who's Sonic? Hitman 47 Bestister. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, shut up, dude. Epic's cutting another 900 jobs, peoples. This is going to put us a substantial amount closer to hitting the number of layoffs we had last year in basically just over a quarter of this year. It's really, really insane. We were where were we at? That's only going to put us about 1,000 off, I think. 1,000. It's getting weird. I mean, it's been weird. It's been weird. It's getting really, really gross. It's been gross. It's getting grosser. Yeah, here it is, dude. Lara Croft named as BAFTA's most iconic video game character ever. Lara Croft, then Mario, and then Agent 47. Free Steam game shuts down 7 months after release. See what this is. White Florida, dude. I have no idea. That's what we talked about it yesterday. I couldn't help but bring it back up today, but it was. So here's the thing: there were only about 4,000 votes. The data set for this is not super high, but it feels really weird, does it not? I mean, I love Lara Croft, and I think that Lara Croft is very iconic. But number one, no. I would say probably somewhere in the top 10, more than likely. Very iconic for many different reasons. And especially being Lara Croft was PS1 time frame, right? We're talking about a lead female protagonist at a time where females were scarcely found. Right? Yo, Davey, what's up, friendo? How you doing, man? Happy Saturday. And that is not only just for how kind of infamous the Tomb Raider series is, but also compounding that is the fact that Lara was a female protagonist at a time that you didn't have very many female protagonists, female lead roles. You know, it was almost always the cliche, stereotypical mid-20s to early 30s white dude with blue eyes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so she kind of broke that mold and also gave like female gamers something to like grab onto. And that's also a reason why she's iconic. But there's no way above like Mario and a number of others. There's just no way. Which is and then the Agent 47 thing. I mean, a lot of people know Agent 47, but dude, number 3? Yeah, exactly, Davey. Exactly. 4,000 votes that's why I was saying. I mean, the data set is very, very minimal. It feels very skewed for some reason. Really, really weird. Average online game server. So. But it's still it's weird because this has gained a lot of traction. BAFTA is a very notable organization, and they've pushed this out as like this is their awards they're giving out for the most iconic video game character ever, and it's like, dude, no, yeah, you guys need to be criticized for this. You should have seen through this. This is weird. Well, this is the thing, Davey. It's BAFTA is a very recognizable organization, right? And they're all about the entertainment industry as a whole, things like that. They're the ones that conducted this, gave this award out and everything. So obviously it's going to be reported on. This is not the only. It was all over the place yesterday, all kinds of outlets and stuff, and people were going, "What is happening? Why are you? This is a weird award." You know what I mean? The awards aren't lining up. It seems weird. So it's appropriate to be reported on. It's not like it's something just for. And unless you're talking about like BAFTA doing it just to get recognition or something, I don't know why they would do that. A lot of people already know who BAFTA is. It's kind of weird. They've received, I think, much more criticism about this, which, you know, everybody always says no such thing as bad publicity, I guess. You know, I don't know. So.
Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. My guys know that they fly. These brothers might ride or die.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's why they've received so much criticism about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was weird. We looked at the top 20. It was just really odd. It was really, really weird, and that's why they've received so much criticism. Yeah. We went into depth with it yesterday, but it was appropriate to kind of touch on it again today for sure. Bro, there is so much crazy stuff coming out again about Hollywood and like the entertainment, all the flipping like the flipping P Diddy crap, all the Nickelodeon crap. It's insane, dude, and disgusting. I mean, you know, it seems like most of it's probably true, you know, and it's just it's really kind of mind blowing that people are that disgustingly just lost on morals and ethics, you know. God dang, dude. Yeah, Davey. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen much. I know it's not video gaming news, but it's still entertainment, you know, and it's Jesus Christ. Talk about just some evil people out there, man, just doing corrupt stuff and letting power take over their minds and just, yeah, it's a rough world, baby. Stay up, people. God, dude, isn't that nuts, dude? It's just so crazy. I mean, the integrity of people is just not there, you know. It's nuts. I think that's the thing that I've always tried to no integrity, no ethics, no morals behind these people that are at the top of these industries and stuff. Not most of the time. There are some. But, dude, there are a lot that let it go to their head. Yeah, agreed, dude. Agreed. And they just take advantage of other people. And, I mean, obviously I've been doing it for a very, very long time. Why would you want to do that to your fellow human being, dude? You know what I mean? Why would you... What makes you get to a point where you feel like you just want to... Don't get me wrong, dude. There are plenty of people in the world that piss me off and are, you know, disgusting, and I want to have nothing to do with them because they seem like terrible people. But I always want to, you know, believe that there's the propensity for people to be better and be good and to... You know, I want to help those people, you know what I mean, if I can, you know, but god dang, and I know that the news is always about reporting on negative stuff and things like that, so we get just crushed with it all the time, but dude, doing these things to like kids, man, there's a special place in hell for these kinds of people, you know. Whatever you believe hell to be, you know, there's a special place in hell for people that do this kind of stuff, especially to kids. Yeah, we've talked about this. This is actually really cool. There's a big movement right now in the gaming industry, if you didn't know. just through the community where there's stuff happening. Stop killing games. Well, I'm not saying that, like, you know, I mean, kids are considered kids for you know, a long a wide range of ages, you know what I mean? But I do think that maybe 6 years old is a little bit young. You know what I mean? Look, I'm a true believer about, you know, trying to let kids be kids. They don't need to be exposed. I know you're kind of trolling a little bit, you know, but let kids be kids, dude. There's you know, too many kids have to grow up too fast, you know. And then I think to the greatest extent possible, it's not that you need to shelter them completely from the world and stuff like that, so that they don't know what they're in for, you know. But while they're still especially very young, let them be a kid, you know. You don't need to impress upon them adult world types of things, you know, to make them grow up faster than they're already going to have to. They need to be prepared. I agree. Yeah. But I think that preparation starts at an age closer to evolving into an adult than something young like 6 years old, you know. Yeah, they do. Again, I think that a lot of this comes down to, yeah, I mean, not all kids, Davey, but yeah, a lot of kids, for sure. A lot of this comes down to, adult figures in children's lives, right? I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I've expressed this point a lot. I think that, you know, children need to be able to be given the opportunity to, you know, live out their childhoods to the greatest extent possible before they have to, because your childhood goes like that, right? Childhood is a very quick thing. And as a child, you should be able to just focus on childhood. I believe that. Because before you know it, your childhood's gone. You do have to worry about adult stuff. And your adult life is spent worrying about adult things. I don't think kids should have to worry about that for the majority of their childhood. You know, it feels bad when that does happen. But it does happen, right? I don't think it's about trying to shelter children from what they're going to have to be ready for, but I think that there's an appropriate time closer to them becoming an adult where they have to be, you know, exposed to the realities of what the adult world holds for them, right? And you know, as far as being exposed to different types of more adult-oriented, mature content, you know, throughout a childhood or whatever, a lot of that comes down to, you know, parenting or guardianship and overseeing, and it's not always easy. There's a lot of different situations out there regarding kids and you know, how they're raised, and a lot of like single guardianship types of situations where oversight's a very hard thing to do because they're grinding multiple jobs. I mean, but as I talk about even with video games, you know, quite often, there's I think an appropriate time and place for dude, there's a lot of predatory stuff that happens, a lot of malicious people out there trying to take advantage of children online in video games and stuff like that. And it's the same kind of scenario, you know. I think that if you're going to allow kids to be in a you know, environment playing video games, there needs to be some kind of oversight and you know, keeping them away from certain types of content depending on their age range, which keeps them away from content they shouldn't necessarily be involved in, you know. Yeah. But as the progression happens with children, I think that there's different kinds of content that becomes more and more appropriate for them to be engaged in, you know. But you're right. You know, there's so many occasions kids play stuff they probably shouldn't, you know, don't necessarily need to be involved with. Too young, probably, you know. But it's a reality for sure. This is pretty cool. They're trying to basically this more and more digital world that we're living in with video games. Basically, they're trying to make it to where publishers and developers can no longer be like, well, you don't actually own your games. And there's a lot of different rules that are trying to bring upon the publishers and developers of video games that is going to benefit us greatly as consumers and gaming enthusiasts. Preserving video gaming history, making sure that our libraries don't go away at any point, all kinds of good stuff, you know. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Davey. That's a very, very good quote, dude. Yep, and a very true one. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it, man. What's free on the Epic Game Store right now? Yo, Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition and Thief. These are two very good games that I highly recommend you grab right now. And then get ready to grab Ghost Runner, which is free next week. There's a lot of good games right now. 2 free games. And a banger coming up next week as well. So, right there. Somebody ban that guy. No, I'm playing. Always choosing violence. Wait, what do you mean you highly don't deserve a child? Is that what? Oh, man. You might feel different later on, dude. I think that is a you know, there's nothing wrong with I would rather people have that notion about themselves, though, to be honest with you. I would rather people be cognizant of the fact of maybe not being ready for a kid, you know, and being aware of that fact. Kids are, dude, a lot of responsibility. A lot. Yeah, Davey. Yeah. Kids are a lot of responsibility. They require a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of love, a lot of money, you know? And I think that, you know, it's appropriate for people to know if, you know, if they actually want kids at some point, to know when they are at a good spot to actually be ready to have kids. You know, there are a lot of people that have kids that are absolutely not ready and probably never would be ready, you know, kind of like what David was talking about before. And it's unfortunate for those kids. It really is. No big deal. Game Pass is about to get a lot worse for horror fans. Let's see what this is. One of last year's best PC games just came to Steam, and it's cheaper than a cup of coffee. I've seen some stuff about this game. Yo, Davey, enjoy breakfast, buddy. Eat a little bit of extra breakfast things for me, man. You know? Be safe, dude. Have a great breakfast, man. I appreciate you, dude. Star Wars Outlaw story trailer releasing soon, but not yet, so we don't care. We've already talked about the Amazon Prime free games for April. Not going to dive back into that. Stellar Blade will get New Game Plus and more costumes after launch. Soup. Where's that violent little soup at? Apparently next week there's going to be a new look at the Star Wars Outlaw game from Ubi. We'll see. We'll see it. Good game. Stellar Blade 10 out of 10. Oh, this flipping dude. Let's dive in here, dude. Lily, 12 years old. Too young to be in that game, dude. All right. Epic Games to cut approximately 900 jobs. Epic Games, the creator of the popular video game Fortnite, is reportedly laying off approximately 900 more. There should be a word here. More employees, which accounts for 16% of its staff, according to a report by Bloomberg News. Job cuts were communicated to the employees through a memo, as stated by sources familiar with the matter. This news comes as Epic Games continues its legal battle with tech giant Apple, a dispute that has been ongoing since 2020. The conflict between Epic and Apple revolves around Apple's practice of imposing commissions of up to 30% on in-app payments made through iPhones and other devices. Epic Games alleges that this practice violates U.S. antitrust regulations. In response, Apple has requested the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn an order that mandates changes to its App Store rules, which were issued as a result of the antitrust case brought forward by Epic. Yeah, so the video games industry as a whole is currently facing challenges with a slowdown in consumer spending and gamers becoming more selective in their choice of popular titles due to concerns about inflation. Epic has yet to comment on the reported layoffs, and further details about the specific departments or locations affected by the job cuts remain undisclosed. However, the impact of these layoffs on the company's future operations and game development is expected to be substantial. So, one fired employee equals one free game on Epic. I'll do without the free games. I'll do without the free games. Here's the thing. So this is not new. I don't know why this came up this morning whenever my search was for the past 24 hours. This is not new. I was getting ready to say, this sounds like the old stuff that we read, and it is. It's September of last year. So this is not new, weirdly enough. I don't know how this came up this morning whenever I had my search set for the past 24 hours. Unless this got updated or something. But the publishing date didn't get updated. So I don't know how this happened. I should have looked at this before I even read it. But this feels kind of weird. This is probably why. This is probably why. There's an attached article that is dated of April 5th. That's probably why. Feels bad. What I will do real quick, though, is bring this up. Yeah. So we're still sitting at 8,000 confirmed. This is where we've been for the past couple of weeks. And, wait, what? 523? Brother, how do they know the future already? Interesting. I guess not the past couple of weeks. couple of days anyways. Around 8,000 is where we've been sitting for the number of layoffs this year. Again, last year, we had a total of about 10,500, right? 10.5K layoffs in the industry. That was for the entire year. And this year, we are just already at 8,000. I'm always interested in, not just the layoff side of things, but, how many hirings have we had as well? Because that's going to offset this a little bit, but I don't think we've had nearly as many hirings as we have had layoffs. I'm still interested in what that conversion would be, though. So sorry for the, old news article. It's weird that got caught. I do apologize. So that is old epic news from the end of last year. We knew about that already. It's not, that's why I was like, dude, they're firing 900 again. So they are not. This is just a rehashing of, what happened to them at the end of last year. So let's go ahead and talk about the Solarian situation. There we go. Let's do it like this. So Baldur's Gate 3 dev Larian, publishing director, calls games industry layoffs an avoidable flip up. Larian's publishing director says the notion that industry-wide layoffs are inevitable is just not true. Agreed. I've been saying this the whole time, dude. My stance on what has been happening over the past couple of years in the industry with all these layoffs and everything has been this. Was there the potential for a few layoffs here and there because of a little bit of some industry bloat hire due to the pandemic? Potentially. But most of this comes down to bad business decisions. A lot of bad business decisions that have come back and bit a lot of these companies in the ass. And what they've done is they've used, a lot of default, really kind of scapegoaty kind of excuses for laying off tons of people and not wanting to blame bad business decisions for it. And they just don't care. They're like, well, as long as executives are still sitting fat, and we'll just crush all the, low to mid-level employees. Who gives a crap, right? And that's the way this has come off for quite some time now. Over the past few months, Baldur's Gate 3 developers have used its platform during award season speeches to advocate for a healthier game industry. Yo, that sounds like what we do here. That's awesome. This tradition now extends to its publishing director, who in a recent interview with GameFile shared his thoughts on industry-wide layoffs plaguing developers over the past 2 years as an avoidable flip-up. Chief among 2024's massive layoffs include Nintendo announcing its restructuring in March, which has potential to affect over 100 contract workers. Sony laying off roughly 900 employees in February, including developers across studios like Insomniac, Naughty Dog, and Guerrilla. Microsoft laying off 1,900 staff from its workforce in January, following its $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The complex and avoidable nature of layoffs. Speaking with GameFile's Stephen Totio, Michael Dowse likened major gaming companies to massive oil tankers predicated on their ability to steer towards success. Should a company fail to plan accordingly when giving developers proper financial reserves to pilot, fallout via layoffs is sure to come. Instead of feeling like layoffs are an inevitable aspect of the gaming industry, Dowse argues they are avoidable. I agree, in large part. But to prevent these giant operational failures that we call layoffs, they are an avoidable flip-up. That's really all they are. Dowse told GameFile, that's why you see one after the other, because companies are going, well, finally, we can too. We've wanted to do it for ages. Everyone else is, so why don't we? That's really kind of sick. I've talked about that too. You'll see it happen. It'll be a domino effect. And it's like some of these companies go, well, if we do it now, we won't catch as much criticism for it because other companies are doing it too. Dowse credited much of Baldur's Gate 3's achievements, namely maintaining a healthy work environment for its employees, to Larian Studios being a privately owned company unbeholden to shareholders. Agreed. That's not only it, though. So one of the reasons Larian is so good is, for one, they're an independent corporation. They also are run very well. So just because you're an independent corporation doesn't mean that you're going to be successful. You have to have people that institute these very, very good foundational values into the company. And it's about taking care of your employees, taking care of your consumer base, taking care of your fan base, right? Larian has that. They've done that. They do that. They've been doing that, and it shows, right? So just because you're an independent company, and you know, any company, independent, subsidiary, doesn't matter. If you've got a toxic, terrible culture within your organization, it's going to eventually fail. Yeah, it spreads like wildfire. It's nasty. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. It's really gross. Not necessarily in the gaming industry, but in the tech industry for sure. And Larian apparently does come off as a very, very good company that takes care of its people, has a good management system. You know, they've got a solid foundation of you know, ethics within, you know, their management system and the way that they take care of their employees and consumers and fan base. And it shows. When asked whether Larian Studios would ever go public, Dow said it might give them more money, but it would be antithetical to the quality part of what we're trying to do. I love to hear that, dude. So it would make our games better. It wouldn't make our games better. It would just make us rushed, Dow said. If you asked us what Baldur's Gate 3 would look like, how much it would cost, and how it would feel 3 years ago, I wouldn't know. We just took it day by day. As an operation, we created reserves. We scoped up based on what we thought we would need and created reserves and fallbacks, just in case we would have to. Luckily, we don't have to. We're just nimble. Being nimble is key. Big companies are not nimble. Truth. While Douse doesn't ascribe to the notion that the video games industry is on the verge of collapse, he does think its traditional methods of marketing on social media websites like Twitter are becoming less important. I mean, for Baldur's Gate 3, we didn't really do a lot of marketing. People talk about the bear scene as a big marketing beat. It wasn't. It was a communication, something we decided to do to showcase one extreme of romance in the game, as opposed to the Carlock scene in the restaurant. Douse went on to argue that marketing, while a form of communication, doesn't generate the social resonance online that people want to engage in meaningful conversations over. A game's success is defined by how socially resonant it is, Douse said. It's not defined by a person who decided this game was successful, which is a brilliant thing. Toward the latter half of the interview, Douse drew parallels to Baldur's Gate 3's critical and commercial success despite being a flippin' CRPG. It says CPRG. It's supposed to be CRPG. Investors would have otherwise never taken a chance on to the meteoric success of Palworld, who reached 19 million total players less than 2 weeks after launch. They took a bunch of mechanics they knew people liked, made a game that was unbothered by what a game should be, and they gave it directly to players who decided to buy it. That's really simple. It's not rocket science, Douse said. The analysts are confused because they didn't see it coming. They want basic data sets and predictability. They're going to be confused a lot in the future. Me too. I like being confused. We work best in chaos. Yeah, agreed. Very good article. And I agree. I've talked about this a lot. A lot of the same sentiments that have been expressed here, I've been expressing regarding these layoffs and things like that, and what it means to be a solid company that I think that us as gaming enthusiasts and consumers should be supporting, as opposed to the ones that we shouldn't be supporting. You know? What are we in a Rari? That's better. That's better. Free Steam game shuts down 7 months after release. What do we got here? So a free-to-play Steam game is shut down just 7 months after its release in Steam Early Access. Shut down before its proper 1.0 release. Everything's shutting down for it. Warhaven. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, it's got a 58% positive, which means a mixed rating. So this was a Nexon game, right? Greetings from the Warhaven team. Today we are here to announce with a heavy heart we will be concluding the live services of Warhaven. Reads the announcement of the game shutting down back from January. From the first alpha test in 2021 to the global early access in 2023, Warhaven has come this far. Thanks to everyone's love and support, we want to express our gratitude for the love and care you have shown for Warhaven. To create a game that could be cherished and enjoyed over an extended period, we invested much consideration and effort. However, regrettably, we must bid our sincere farewell as of April 4th. We apologize that we could not come to you with better news. WP charge will be suspended today. We will notify you further about the exact details of the schedule later. Despite all the shortcomings, we will deeply cherish the warm affection and support you have sent towards Warhaven in our hearts. Thank you for being part of the Warhaven's journey. Yeah, that was a quick shutdown there. So if you were playing this, we're aware of this, wanted to try this, it's done. That's some pretty evil stuff there, Soup. It's pretty evil. Those are some pretty evil comments, man. Loving that violence. Xbox Game Pass is about to get a lot worse for horror fans. What do we got here? On April 16th, following Xbox Game Pass games will no longer be available with the subscription service. Soma, banger. Amnesia Rebirth, Amnesia Collection, Back for Blood, Phantom Abyss, and Research and Destroy. If you want to see what these games are, they have trailers here, but they are leaving on the 16th, people. So if you want to play these horror games, you need to get it done. One of last year's best PC games just came to Steam, and it's cheaper than a cup of coffee. A console version of Buckshot Roulette is in the works, too. Yeah, I liked Soma. I thought Soma was very good. Yep. Reject. What up, dude? Florida, did you play it? So, actually, here's the thing, Florida. I played Soma. So... My first year of streaming, this was a situation I found myself in, okay? Like 5 minutes of it. Oh, yeah. So, my first year of streaming, I played Soma during Scaretober. Had a hard time getting into it. I can understand that. I guess it depends on your vibe, what you like and stuff. It's an older game now, but it is iconically known as a very, very good horror game. It's more of a psychological kind of horror experience, though, you know, if I remember correctly. It's been a few years now. But I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was one of those situations where I had stayed away from playing a lot of horror games through my gaming. That was like one of the genre that I've really, it wasn't intentional. It was kind of subconsciously. But we were coming across, upon October, the 2021. That was the first year I was streaming. Started in May. October was coming, and I was like, you know what? Let's play a bunch of horror games, because I don't normally play horror games, and let's just start doing Scaretober. Let's do a Scaretober. So all October we'll play horror games. And I played like Soma. I played both the Evil Within games. I played Alien Isolation, a couple of other ones that month too. I had a fantastic time, and I thought Soma was great personally. I really enjoyed it. So, oh, nice, Reject, sick. Nice, dude. Nice. That's awesome, dog. Yo, tell her I said. Congratulations on her first race, man, and to just keep on pedaling, baby. You know, that's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's I think what's it rated on Soma on Steam? That's so cool to hear, dude. That's awesome, Reject. Thanks for letting me know, dude. Yeah. It's 96% positive, over 34,000 reviews. I mean, this is an older game at this point, you know? I mean, it's creeping up on a decade old. And it's actually part of the Lovecraftian Days sale right now. You can get the game for $4.50, which is pretty good in my opinion. But as we talk about a lot, you know, it's okay to maybe not enjoy a game that everybody else has loved so much. That's okay. We all have our different preferences. We all have our different, you know, subjectively, we are going to have different opinions about what is good and not good about games. Usually reviews give you a pretty good baseline of what to expect, but just because a game is overwhelmingly positive reviewed by a ton of people doesn't mean that you're going to have that same kind of sentiment about that game, right? That's okay. That's all right. It happens. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. And so I thought someone was pretty dope, you know, and I would recommend it, but doesn't mean everybody's going to have that opinion. Yeah. So Buckshot Roulette, man, coming to PC. Buckshot Roulette is a game that reimagines the deadly game of chance Russian roulette with a 12-gauge pump action shotgun. Been released on Steam after originally coming out on itch.io in 2023. A console version of the game is in the works as well. Steam version includes new gameplay items, achievements, and a leaderboard. Eventually, a multiplayer mode is coming to it as well. Interesting. Cost of the game on Steam is $3, an increase over its original $1.20 price on itch. And the price on itch is going up to $3 as well. You can still buy it on itch for $1.20 until then, though. From now until April 11th, Buckshot Roulette is 10% off on Steam. Let's watch this. I've seen a couple of short clips about this game. It looks wild, dude. It gives me Inscription vibes. Yeah, Pinky. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Like heavy, right? Yeah. It's got achievements on Steam. Some new gameplay items already. Multiplayer mode coming. I'll pull it up on Steam and link it for you guys. Take a look. Uckshot. Yeah, there it is. Overwhelmingly positive already. Almost 4,000 reviews. Just came out on the 4th. Yeah. Here you guys go. Yeah, I've seen like some stuff about it here and there, you know, occasionally. Looks pretty cool. We might have to play it, dude. Multiplayer, Pinky? There you go. There's the link for the game on Steam if you guys need it. Let's talk about Soup's fantasy game here. Stellar Blade will get new game plus and more costumes after launch. I think we've already kind of talked about this, but Kim Hyung-tae, the director of Stellar Blade, pointed out New Game Plus specifically as something that will be added later, alongside other typical post-launch releases like balance patches, as well as new costumes for the game's protagonist, Eve. No New Game Plus in the launch version, but stay tuned for that very soon. Hopefully it's not like DLC or something. The director also confirmed there are plans to release more costumes for Eve as well. There will be free as Shift Up. Those will be free as Shift Up hasn't yet settled whether or not it'll release paid DLC or not. Though the director did say that should Stellar Blade partner with some other developer to add unique crossover outfits, those premium ones may have a price associated with them. Yeah. Yeah, so far people have said that the demo feels pretty good. Yeah. So there, that's what you need to know. There you go, Soup. Here, buddy. Xbox is reportedly planning Gears and Call of Duty reveals at its summer event. That's going to be happening, yeah, like June 9th. Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. Almost 2 months from now, right? It'll be Summer's Game Fest. It'll be all the big publishers and developers. PlayStation will probably happen at the end of May. It's usually the way that happens. But between the end of May and the beginning of June, there's just so much to dive into. And we'll watch most of it live here in the channel, okay? So apparently Microsoft is reportedly planning to unveil new Gears of War and Call of Duty games at its traditional Xbox Summer Showcase, happening on June 9th, which is the same weekend as Summer's Game Fest. That's to be expected, and the day before Ubisoft's Forward event. So, yeah, again, the rumor here is just what the title says. And they're just explaining what these games are. So that's what we need to know. Right now, what we can expect, among other things that we'll find out as we move forward, is that Xbox is going to be talking Gears of War and Call of Duty during their summer showcase, okay? Nintendo Switch fans warn everyone not to miss out on a 10 out of 10 exclusive. Metroid Dread. I have heard great things about this. Yeah. Only objection to the game is that it's a little short. Could use more monster variety, but it's still a 10 out of 10. Come on, man. I'll take a 9.9, but really? I've been wanting to play this, honestly. So this is just something trying to get people that haven't played Metroid Dread to play Metroid Dread. I think there's a second one in development. And I want to play the Metroid Prime remake as well. I want to play those kind of in succession, or like back to back. And we're gonna see if we can get them into the schedule at some point. But Dread's supposed to be very good. This is a great article. I like this. Actually, we'll save that one for last. This is kind of some gross stuff. Ferret originally sent me something in Discord the other day about this. This is the one Ferret sent. And then we got this one this morning just in our search. So Ferret originally sent me this, which was like pretty gross to read. Roku explores taking over HDMI feeds with ads, making use of every pause. So your Roku TV may one day show ads when you pause video on your Apple TV. Roku is exploring ways to show consumer ads on its TVs even when they are not using its streaming platform. The company has been looking into ejecting ads into the video feeds of third-party devices connecting it to its TVs, according to a recent patent filing. This way, when an owner of a Roku TV takes a short break from playing a game on their Xbox or streaming something on an Apple TV device connected to the TV set, Roku would use that break to show ads. Roku engineers have been exploring ways to figure out what the consumer is doing with their TV-connected devices in order to display relevant advertising. gross. Okay. I immediately was like, well, I don't own any Roku devices or TVs or anything. And this is definitely going to prevent me from buying into it moving forward. Hard pass. We deal with getting just, polluted with ads nowadays anyways, and just about anything. And it's just getting worse and worse. So if I can prevent it to any extent, I will. Which means I won't buy into Roku now. If I ever would have, it's definitely not happening now. And moving into this is what we found. So thank you to Ferret for that article. This is what we found this morning. Roku's new idea to show you ads when you pause your video game is horrifying, right? Agreed. So in a patent application, Roku describes a system that would allow it to show ads to Roku TV users, even when they're using third-party hardware and software. As a company that wants to make money, Roku wants you to watch as many ads as possible. That's not currently possible when you exit Roku's streaming player and do something like play a game on the Switch or watch a show on your Apple TV. But if the company gets its way, this may cease to be a problem one day, at least for people who use Roku TVs. Roku describes its idea in a patent application. We good? Yeah. Which largely flew under the radar when it was filed in November of last year and was recently spotted by the streaming newsletter LowPass. In the application, Roku describes a system that's able to detect when users pause third-party hardware and software and show them ads during that time. According to the company, it's a new system works via an HDMI connection. This suggests that it's designed to target users who play video games or watch content from other streaming services on their Roku TVs. LowPass described Roku's conundrum perfectly. Roku's ability to monetize moments when the TV is on but not actively being used goes away when consumers switch to an external device, be it a game console or an attached streaming adapter from a competing manufacturer. Janko Rogers, the newsletter's author, wrote, effectively, HDMI inputs have been a bit of a black box for Roku. In addition, Roku wouldn't just show you any old ads. The company states that its innovation can recognize the content that users have paused and deliver customized related ads. So they're data mining you at the same time. Roku's system would do this by using audio or video recognition technologies to analyze what the user is watching or analyze the contents and metadata along with other methods. Company's patent application has not been approved yet. When reached by Gizmodo on Friday, Roku declined to comment on the patent application. Should also be noted that companies file patents all the time, and many of their ideas never see the light of day. This is a pretty nasty one, though. While I don't have a Roku device, the idea of having ads infiltrate my screen when I pause whatever I'm watching on another service to go grab a soda or go to the bathroom is horrifying. Agreed. It's one thing to show someone ads when they're using your service, but completely hijacking the experience on other hardware and software would be infuriating. In the case of gaming, there's also the danger of Roku mistaking a long moment of pondering for a pause and sticking an ad right when you're getting ready to face the final boss. The company is aware of this potential failure and points out that its system will monitor the frames of the content being watched to ensure there was a phase. It also plans on using other methods, such as analyzing the audio feed on the TV for extended moments of silence to confirm there has been a pause. Dude, hard flippin' pass. None of these are fail-proof, though. And I, for one, would not like to be in the room when a gamer inevitably gets an ad during an important run and all hell breaks loose. I will lose my crap. I would lose it. Not adware, just basically a virus. Yeah, dude. I mean, again, like what the sentiments that they were pushing out here, the author of this. I don't have a Roku device either. Dude, I'm definitely not buying one at any point in the future. There's no flipping way. There's no way with no one. I mean, but here's the thing: Roku's doing this. Other companies are going to start doing this too, if they're not already in the process of developing this kind of stuff. We talked about this here recently, right? Well, with discussing like ads coming into play for Discord. When Discord said we will never do ads, and now they're backtracking. How many times have we seen companies go, we'll never do ads? Netflix did it with their gaming services. You know what I mean? We'll never put ads in our games. Now they're backtracking and they're doing it. It's don't promise things that you can't, keep. Don't promise if you can't hold to those promises. It's terrible. It feels terrible for the consumers of products whenever you do that kind of thing. And what I was kind of saying previously was, let's just get back to having video stores again. You know, one of the reasons obviously streaming services are still different than TV. We get to pick and choose what we watch when we want to watch it. So it's still a benefit over what traditional TV was. But one of the reasons we all liked streaming stuff in the first place was no more commercials, dude. No more ads, no more marketing bullcrap, not having to watch it. Dude, I can't hardly get on a streaming service that I pay for anymore without getting just throttled with ads all the time anymore. You know, it's gross. It feels terrible. And they're just non-stop too most of the time. It just interrupted constantly with commercials. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's so gross. Like, I'm ready to go back to Blockbuster, man. Let's go. I'm ready to pay for flipping renting movies again and not having to deal with flipping ads, dog. I'm over it. It's so gross. CD Projekt executive pokes fun at Ubisoft. This is the last article I have. I'm so happy to look. I mean, CD Projekt, you guys know, I've been critical of CD Projekt Red mainly because of their terrible baiting of people into buying games that were wholly unfinished. Should not have been released when they were. Witcher 3 was one, and then they did even worse with, Cyberpunk. That's not acceptable. I don't care if it's CDPR or any other company. They're not the only company I bag on for that. But they've done a very poor job at that, of treating their fan base, their consumer base, that way. When they bait people into this premise of promising, these big marketing ploys of amazing products, and then they release them wholly unfinished. That's not fair. It's never fair. It doesn't matter what company it is. And that's one of the reasons I've been critical of CDPR. But on the flip side of that, CDPR has done some things here recently, made some statements that has put them into a better light for me. They've come out with some statements that have said, we know we've messed up. We are trying to learn from our mistakes. We read towards the end of last year, they came out with an article talking about that kind of sentiment, and obviously I need for them to prove that to me before I'm willing to say, yeah, they are actually learning. They're doing better. They're not going to do this to us again, right? I need proof of that. But it's at least good to hear them say that they're trying to learn from their mistakes. I need to see it, but it's good to hear that. And what was the recent thing we saw from CDPR, man? There was something else that recently came out from them that I was like, well, this is actually pretty cool. And I just can't think off the top of my head right now. I'm a little bit tired today. And now there's this, and this is funny because this is the same thing that, it was the monetization stuff. Yeah, that's what it was. So with all the issues coming out around like Dragon's Dogma 2 and being a single player game, obviously it has like an online component to it, but it's a single player game. And it's just riddled with monetization for real world money. And CDPR came out and said, we don't see that a single player titles have being a place for microtransactions to thrive. That's not the way that we see the gaming industry and our products especially are not going to have that kind of thing. And it was good to hear that, I agree. It was gross to see what Dragon's Dogma 2 has done with trying to put microtransactions in a single player title like that and build mechanics around that kind of thing too. Feels quite gross. So hearing CDPR say that felt really good. And now we have this morning, which is phenomenal because I was making fun and literally stating the same thing about Ubi and the way that they were trying to say Skull and Bones is a quadruple A game. And I was like, well, where's our octuple A you know, or and quintuple A. You know, what's next, dude? You know, like, how stupid. You know, it was really, really dumb to hear the CEO of Ubi try and call Skull and Bones, and it was like they were trying to hype it up. They were trying to basically defend the fact that they were pushing out Skull and Bones, which is supposed to be a live service game, right, at a $70 price tag. And we've seen some terrible issues with this here lately of like games that are supposed to be live service, where you're supposed to be more worried about a player base than pushing it out at a AAA price tag. You know, but I think it's a pretty good indicator that if you're not real comfortable and you're not, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're not real satisfied with the product you're pushing out, and you're not confident in the fact that it's going to be able to pull in a large player base to be able to sustain for the long haul, I think that what you see is these companies are pushing out their game at a AAA price tag to try and recoup investment. Recoup the investment from development and for the project as a whole, because they want to try and get back as much as they can as fast as they can before people find out how bad it is and go, oh yeah, I don't want to be a part of that, right? We saw it with Suicide Squad, AAA price tag. They didn't want to give out review copies of the game beforehand. You know, there was a lot of red flags about that game. It's apparently very mediocre to subpar all the way around. And if they really cared about making a game that was for the long haul, they wouldn't have made it a AAA price tag. They would have been more worried about making sure people could get into the game and experience the great content it offered. Maybe not free, but not a AAA price tag, and building that player base for a substantial amount of time. But that's not what they did. And same thing for Skull and Bones. We knew it wasn't going to be good, right? AAA price tag, a game that took them how long? Dude, they started making this game like, what, almost a decade ago? You know, it's had, 9 or 10 delays for release. It's kind of crazy. And we knew all along that it wasn't going to be phenomenal. And there were too many red flags, too many indicators that this game was going to be pretty not, you know, top tier quality. But of course, Ubi and Yves Guillemot, the CEO and owner of Ubi, was trying to say, well, you know, it needs to be a $70 price tag because this is a quadruple A game, which had the entire gaming industry just losing it, right? Like cracking up. Made them look ridiculous, and everybody was memeing about it, myself included. And it's funny to see CDPR hop on board as well. So, so CD Projekt executives poke fun at Ubisoft's quadruple A game, Skull and Bones, and says the studio will now make is this quintuple A games? The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077 publisher throws some shade. Yeah. CDPR executive has slightly poked fun at fellow publisher Ubisoft and its failed attempt to label Skull and Bones as a quadruple A game. Triple A is usually a label given to blockbuster games by big money companies to signify that, yes, these games were expensive to make. The label is normally meaningless. At best, it gives us a sense of a game's budget. At worst, it's marketing jargon used to convince people, potential customers, that high production values make a game good. Ubi attempted to pull a similar stunt when releasing its multiplayer pirate ship romp Skull and Bones earlier this year. CEO Yves Guillemot previously called the endlessly delayed game a quadruple A release to justify its $70 price tag, as I spoke about before, an argument that beta players strongly disagreed with. The topic of ever-increasing A's also came up in a recent financial Q&A chat with CDPR's investor relations VP Carolina, is that Nas, One question jokingly asked whether The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077 studio reassesses its AAA only stance amid Ubi's comments. Ours will be, is that quintuple? Is that even how you spell that? Hold on. I want to make sure I'm kind of a three-head, so. Yeah, 5 times. Yeah, so I got it. Dude, I'm not that dumb. I'm on it. You like this song, Florida? You like this? We'll go to the next one. Meet me at the club. Yeah, sorry. I'm focused. I wasn't even listening to the music. I was just going. So the top, yeah. So reassessing the one question jokingly asked whether The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077 studio would reassess its AAA only stance amid Ubi's comments. Ours will be quintuple A. Nas responded. Video game budgets have become unsustainable, and thus the AAA arms race has officially begun. Skull and Bones marked the first quadruple A game in history. Ridiculous. CD Projekt Red dares to unleash the world's first quintuple A game, The Witcher 4, and a Cyberpunk sequel. We all know that CDPR has about 4 Witcher games in production right now. Polaris being the one that is coming to us the soonest. Who will pick up the mantle, write the check, and dare to develop God dang, dude. In more serious news, the publisher also shared The Witcher 4 will introduce gameplay elements and new mechanics not seen in the original trilogy. Trilogy? I can't talk. Don't have much more information about the upcoming RPG yet. Even its name is unconfirmed, though. CDPR won't be replacing developers with AI to make the sequel. At least that's what they're trying to confirm. Yeah, I mean, look. I think it's funny to see these other companies meme on this, you know, but CDPR needs to prove some things themselves. Yeah. Like I said before, CDPR has some things to prove to myself, and I think a lot of other there's not hardly any, other developers that can stand up to CDPR content-wise. Their content is incredibly good. It really is. But I'm sorry, you can't experience the content of a game if the performance is balls, And they've had a really, really The Witcher 3's release was not fantastic. Cyberpunk's was abysmal. It was nightmarish. It was really, really bad all across the board. And they baited 13 million people into buying that game. They knew it wasn't ready. It's not acceptable. You can't do that, dude. They've been lucky enough that their content's so good, people have overlooked it for the most part. But they need to show us they can do better. It's good to see these big companies calling each other out for this wild kind of these wild comments and stuff, but it's not like CDPR doesn't have some things to prove themselves. Yeah. So hopefully, and again, they've been doing some things that really have put them in a better light for me here recently, and I'm hoping to see them follow through with proving some of this through their actions, and that because that's what I need. I need some of that from CDPR, but it's still hilarious. That's the news, my dudes and dudettes. I hope you guys are having a great, wonderful start to your weekend, man. It's Saturday, baby. Yeah, I hope you guys have some awesome things going on. If not, then we're just going to hang out and have an awesome day of playing Dragon's Dogma 2 moving forward. It was a great news segment. I appreciate it. And we've got probably about 5 hours of gameplay. I can't go super late this afternoon. I got some things going on, so I'll be able to go leave Brittany alone. Whoa, reject. I'll be able to go a little bit after lunchtime today, but we do have some family stuff going on that I'll have to kind of bounce out for. So it'll be maybe just a little bit less than a normal stream length for us, but it'll be close. So Thanks to everybody that was here, contributed to the news segment, everybody that's always here and making this community the amazing place it is. If you're not familiar with what we do, maybe you're lurking about this morning, you know, being a little lurker, and you're kind of getting a taste of our content for the first time, or maybe you're watching this even as a VOD later on. We got an awesome community here. We really do. It's about always just having a good time together, spreading good vibes, lots of laughs, and just about lifting each other up and creating substantial, you know, legitimate, you know, friendships and stuff around here. So it's, you know, trying to stay away from negativity and toxicity, and just always trying to lift one another up, and having a good time, enjoying the world of video games, and spreading good vibes. And if you can dig that, I would prompt you to come be a part of what we do. This community is amazing. The people that really are here all the time make this work, and present a community that's always welcoming and understanding and inclusive, and I appreciate that so much. And we're always looking for more cool people to be a part of what we do here. So if you're enjoying the content of the news or the gameplay, you know, which is about what we're about to jump into right now, we start every stream off with video gaming news. We're live 6 days a week normally. I do have a vacation coming up here pretty soon, so understand the stream will not be live from the 13th through about the 18th or 19th, something like that. But we are normally live 6 days a week. We always start off at roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT. That's 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Eastern time and 4 a.m. Pacific time. We always begin with video gaming news, and then we dive into playing games for the rest of the day. And we just have a great time doing it, man. Awesome people around here, and it's just it's a blast every single day. So if you can dig it, dude, you're about spreading good vibes, come be a part of it. We would love to have you. So, I guess just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another. Happy Saturday, man. We'll be back with more video gaming news tomorrow on April 7th. I'm going to run us an outro real quick to kind of sum up the news segment, but as soon as it's over, I will be right back up here, and we will start getting prepared for playing Dragon's Dogma 2 Day 12 for the rest of the stream day, okay? I'm not going anywhere. Sit back and relax. I'll be right back.